That's great.
Thank you.
Very good.
What's up?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3.
That's what's up.
Here we are.
So, what do you think about how far your character has progressed since Season 1? I feel like it's almost like we're looking at a completely different character. Now, how did you prepare to make like this journey? So, it was a really pretty drastic change from the end of Season 2 to Season 3 to see her, she's got her group, she's got her Secret Warriors now.
I feel like the bigger change was really Season 1 to 2. They let me know. They said there'll be a 6 months time cut between Season 1 and 2, and Daisy will have gone through training with May for that amount of time. So I really put myself through a rigorous kind of my own version of S.H.I.E.L.D. training. I had boxing and kickboxing, and we did like 6 to 4 hours every single day. So that's kind of where I got into gear in terms of training. But yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. She's a completely different character than she was Season 1. But it's been really fun. I feel like it's kind of organically happened for me, kind of being an actress parallel to Daisy growing into her role as a leader on the show, because we started out on the show and everyone was new to the Marvel world, obviously, besides Coulson, who was a leader at S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was the on-screen leader and off-screen leader, and we were all strangers to each other, and we've really grown as this cast, and we had a lot of pressure on our shoulders the first year to make the season, the show work. We were Marvel's first live-action show, it's felt very organic in a weird way.
I have a question about Skye's relationship. I keep calling her Skye, Daisy.
That's one in the box.
Her relationship with Agent May, because I feel like Season 1 and Season 2, May was like her surrogate mother, but then when Daisy met her real mother, and there was that betrayal in the finale, like where are Agent May and Daisy this season?
I think they're kind of, even though that happens, I feel like they're relatively no nonsense in that way, and I think how much they care for each other goes without being spoken, obviously, because we're dealing with Agent May here.
She doesn't really express her feelings too well.
But I think they all show that they care about people in really interesting ways. It's definitely a group of people who need to communicate a little bit better.
More effectively.
But I think, things happen towards the end of the season that really test people's trust with each other. So I think that's a teaser I can give you, and that's basically it, yeah.
What do you enjoy more like now on the show, when you get to do the Daisy powers or when you still get to use the fight training? It seems like more and more you're doing more powers.
Well, the first episode, because it was our really first kind of like go at differentiating our powers.
And gestures.
Yes, we're literally like 7-year-olds running up and down this hospital, this abandoned hospital that we're shooting in, and we're like, okay, so my hand will be more like this, and your hand will be more like this, and kind of figuring that out has been really fun. I mean, on a lazy day, it's nice to use my powers, because that means there's some guy on a rig and he does all the work, and I'm just like, but they're, I love fighting, and I think it's a really fun way to get my aggression out.
She's a very angry person.
No, it's just really fun. It's like you're in a real life video game, so getting to do these like one-shot fight sequences is really fun. And
it feels very real, doesn't it? Like it's a full-on workout to go through the choreography, as fast as you can, and
it's incredibly, it's physically grueling, and you're getting hurt. As much as it's fake, you come out of every fight sequence with several bruises. So
broken bones.
Yeah, broken bones. Could broke my arm last season. But yeah, there's definitely it's fun. But now I'm going to be in a game called Contest of Champions. So it'll be fun where I can be fighting from my bed while eating fries, but also playing. Yeah. What do you like doing better?
Well, I feel like we've kind of had reverse trajectories. Like you learn to fight and then you develop the powers, whereas I was introduced with the powers and starting to learn to fight. Small spoiler alert. But there might be.
You were training in the episode that aired.
But my character might be heading more in that direction and learning some more skills.
Speaking of that, your character is kind of volatile a little bit? Do you think this training will maybe hone him in a little bit? Or?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Because if he gets trained, if he develops new skills and deadly skills, and he isn't able to hone that anger in, then it could be quite dangerous.
Can you tell us anything if that will
Happen.
Well, I was gonna say you guys have like a budding relationship on the show. Like, will that kind of
affect them?
Yeah.
I don't think
Naturally.
anything you could really. I mean, I think Daisy would understand any sort of struggle. I don't think that would be an issue, like a struggle with. I think they get that they come from kind of messed up backgrounds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's where they connect. So I don't know if there's judgment in terms of that. But there might be struggle with some other things.
So if anything, there's like an understanding between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely get, let's say, a little bit closer in the coming episodes, and then potentially, the worst thing could happen.
So are we gonna see him play a bigger role in terms of the overarching story? Because I feel like this season Lincoln's been there, but we kind of haven't heard more from him. Yeah, like are we
Totally.
gonna see you?
Lincoln's kind of been in development, and I kind of like that. He's kind of made a lot of progression, but that's still a slow process. And I think the next episode, 14, will be a bit of a litmus test for him, and Coulson kind of puts him to the test.
So
There's definitely loyalty that I think Coulson has some loyalty issues, like who are
Yeah,
who are
exactly.
you at S.H.I.E.L.D. for? Why are you here? I think it's
Yeah, I think Coulson's kind of been overseeing how I'm interacting within S.H.I.E.L.D. and the next episode he's like, all right, bud.
yeah.
He kind of
Next
grabs
one's a
me and
good
it's
one.
like, all right.
Next one's a good one for you and Coulson. I like that.
Now that the Inhuman cure has been introduced into the series, and they both have different feelings on that, is that going to really affect their relationship and kind of butt heads and kind of change?
As you saw a couple weeks ago, they got in an argument and then got a little distracted. I don't think that necessarily will be what the main issue is coming up.
No.
But I mean, it's definitely a theme that's kind of irrelevant for everyone else. That makes sense.
All right, so I just have to ask: Team Cap or keep Team Iron Man?
Cat.
Cap.
Yeah.
You can do one more question.
So I have one. So I saw the newer episode, and without spoiling anything, you
14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clark, you and Coulson go on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, so you know some shit.
Like, how does Lincoln see Coulson? Does he see him like a father figure, or is he still somebody in the government that he can't trust?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think he sees Coulson as a father figure to Daisy, and that's important. I think that's what the next episode's about. Him trying to stand on his own and be his own man, but also prove his loyalties and prove that he can control himself when push comes to shove.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.